How do you get someone to play an indie TCG with you? I'm Kevin Dees, the creator of Sixforms, and we're working hard to answer that question. You have to get a lot of things right. Your game has to be fun, has to be shareable, it has to be easy to learn, and deck building specifically needs to be straightforward. You also need a way to play test, to get into the game before you purchase it. That can be print and play, and then also Tabletop Simulator. There's a number of other things that you have to do, but our focus has to be, as an indie TCG, making it easy for you to share the game with a friend and get started playing. There's nothing worse than the game getting in the way of you having fun. After all, the point of an indie TCG is to have fun and experience something new, to explore game mechanics that you can't find in mainstream games. Now, let's dive into one of the specific areas that we're focused on to make the question answerable. How do you get someone that you know to play an indie TCG? Because Sixforms is not out yet, we're focused on Tabletop Simulator as a first step in that process. We're making it super easy to build a deck and import it into Tabletop Simulator. Now, you can pick from any of our public decks and play them with a friend. Here, I'll grab our aggro deck, copy the Tabletop Simulator URL, and to show you how easy it is, you just paste it into this input field, click the import button, and then your deck will be right here as you constructed it on our deck builder. Now you can play with a friend. It's that easy. And that's what we're talking about when we say making it easy to play with a friend, to get them involved. Let's jump back to our deck builder and explore this and how you can build your own decks. So once you've registered for the site, you'll go to My Decks and you can create a new deck. We'll call this deck Testing. We can make it public so everyone can see it, or we can uncheck that to make it private. Here I can add a deck, and then we can start adding cards. We can look over our database and we'll see that our testing deck has been selected. We have a few here, but we can now start adding cards. So just click these little plus buttons here, and it'll add cards. If I hit the deck limit for the card, then it will tell me. Let's go to our deck and see how we're doing. Here we have 2 cards, and I can look at this view. I can even click on the card itself to learn about it. If I'm not familiar with a facet, I can click on the facet information, which is part of the anatomy of a card. This bang symbol lets me know that I can play the card anytime I like during the game, not just my turn. That's pretty cool. And the on play trigger here in the text means that the effect will happen when I play the card, or it flips up from face down. Let's go add a few more cards. Here I have my deck selected again, and I want a more powerful card. So I'm going to look for something really nice in here. A lot of great art. Okay, I think I see one I like. Queen of Serpents. I'll add this to my deck, and I'll see that my limit has been reached of 1 for this card. It's a very powerful card, so I only have 1 of those that I can use. And you'll see the deck limit here down at the bottom if it exceeds the default. Let's go back to the top and jump over to our deck. Now I can see my stats for the deck are starting to come together. Here I have 2 1-cost cards, which is the Hard Fall. I have 2 copies of that, and I have that 5-cost card that I just added. I can begin seeing how this breakdown works in different ways. The different forms that I'm using, classes, and costs. Again, I can click on the card to see how it looks. More information about that card. Okay, now that I'm ready to start using this in Tabletop Simulator, I'll copy the URL, go here, see if I can make this work, click import, and now we have our deck. Okay, so that's just one of the ways that we're working to make the onboarding experience for everyone very easy. We have Tabletop Simulator integration, and you can see the details of cards by clicking into them, so you don't have to jump to the rulebook every time that you want to learn about how a card works. We're expanding all of this rapidly over here, and we hope you really enjoy these updates. Now, if you haven't backed us on Kickstarter, we invite you to consider helping us bring Sixforms to life. We would love to see you as a part of our campaign.